Hi, Tyson Fury here. Just a quick one. I've been speaking to the lawyers today and Usyk's people are talking about rematch clauses and all that bollocks. Here's one to up the antes. How about there is no fucking rematch clause for both of us? Let's up the antes completely. Never worry about what's in the future and how many more dollars you can get after you've been defeated. Worry about the fight, April 29th, no rematch clause, the winner takes the glory, the loser goes home with his dick in his hand. How about that? Agree to that, you fucking bitch.
If you can't pull up £1 million, don't ring my phone. But I will fight any of them. Any of them. Because the last thing I've lost is my nuts. Ring my phone, you boys. Bums need not apply. Big boys only. Because I'm telling you, only a quality man can beat John Fury, and then he's got his work cut out. But all them quality guys, I'm not knocking them. World champions. Credit to the sport. Tried and tested. Holyfield, Tyson, Lewis, Riddick Bowe. All great men. You know, it'd been an honour for me to share the ring with them. What they was then, they ain't now. And I believe I got the edge in conditioning. Forget about the way I look. I'm as fat as a pig. A man as fat as butter knocked out AJ with a body like a Greek god. Little fat Ruiz, big up little fat Ruiz. Credit to all the fat guys out. I'm fat, yeah, but I can do 10k every day and I can hit that bag for 30 minutes out stop and I can spar 6 rounds with anybody. Forget how I look. It's that there look and them down there. And I got bags of both of them.
We were saying there, Julian, about too many of them are saying that Conor Benn's my mate and I'd like to think he hasn't done it, but blah, 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 blah. What's your take on that?
Deal with the facts. Let's deal with the facts. Let's see some evidence. And irrespective of if he's your mate or if he feeds the homeless and goes working with blind kids on a weekend and is whiter than white, deal with the facts. If he's cheated in a brutal sport like boxing, then he needs banning. And if he genuinely has ingested clomiphene unwittingly, he'll still get banned because it's on him. You know, the strict liability is on him because he's an athlete and he's got to be a bit more careful about what he puts in his body.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens moving forward with this. What do you think about the blackmail pot, Julian?
The blackmail, it was a funny one, was that, wasn't it? Because they basically said that I was holding them to, Eubank Jr. was holding them to ransom for another $1 million so he could go ahead with the fight. You know what? I'm not going to slam everything Conor Benn does. There might be something in that.
Yeah.
They're all about money. And if Eubank was happy to boil down to 157 and fight at an unnatural weight, that could be quite dangerous for him. Then I wouldn't rule out the fact that it's probably wanted a few extra quid for even a big, greater risk of danger. But I guess you hold the cards, don't you? When something comes up like this and they're desperate for that event to go ahead, you hold the cards.
Yeah. What do you think about all the accusations and mud thrown at VADA, the gold standard of testing? Where do they sit now? Will they be sued?
Back to what Terry was saying on his podcast, basically, when you are privileged and you are never told no, it's everybody else's fault. People will blame when something goes wrong in their life. There are those people out there, generally narcissists, by the way. It's a trait of narcissism when you blame everybody else for your failures. It's VADA's fault, it's the board's fault, it's everybody's fault. It's Eubank Jr.'s fault, it's everyone's fault, but it's not Conor Benn's fault, is it?
No, we're all wrong. Go on, Julian, you were saying you got one question
for Conor Benn, okay? So, well, 2 questions actually. 1, who's your nutritionist? You are an elite level athlete, so name your nutritionist. Tell us who it is, who advises and prepares your meal prep and your supplements and your recovery supplements for training. That's the first question, is who's your nutritionist? And the second question is, who's your coach? Because your trainer has got to be aware of all this stuff. Your trainer will know what your diet is and what your nutrition
You'll know how hard you're punching as well on pads.
I knew what Sykes' diet was because he used to live here for the big fights, or in the previous house. He used to live with us and we used to cook for him. I'd have drinks for him and say, Monday morning, lunchtime, dinners in the fridge.
Because if he didn't do that, he'd eat any hour, wouldn't he?
Anything.
Or not eat.
Yeah, and I knew people would always go to Gary. we've got these BCs, we've got this, we've got that, these are really good for you. And I'd be like, nah, load of rubbish, let me have a look at that, let me have a look at the packaging. So I want to know who's your coach and who's your nutritionist, because if they don't know, then they should know. Yeah. And you know what, something that Gabriel Montoya made a really good point as well. He said, why don't we start banning, not just boxers, but why don't we start banning nutritionalists, S&C coaches and coaches who are involved in that fighter, because you should know what your fighter's doing. It's just a thought. I'm not saying that's what we should do. I thought it was a really, really good point that it's such a close-knit team, and certainly the guy's your nutritionalist. If you are taking something you shouldn't, then he needs to be punished as well because he's not doing his job.
Correct. We'll bring it to an end then, Julian. The 270-page dossier. What for that now then?
I mean, it's ludicrous, isn't it? You've got a get out of jail free card, and it's your right to publish that. You own it, not the scientists, not the lawyers. You've commissioned it, you've paid for it. Publish it. If you want to be childish and you have a grudge against the Board of Control, what's more important to you? Not doing what the Board of Control asks you to do, which is to provide this information, or carrying on with your boxing career as a clean athlete. Not carrying on with your boxing career.
Yeah. Carrying
on with your boxing career as a clean athlete. Isn't that more important to you than being a little bit annoyed with the Boxing Board of Control?
Yeah, it's more. Do you think he'll be fighting by end of year in England?
No, I think he'll fight in Dubai. I think
and then America.
He might get 12, 18 months. I think he'll do Dubai, maybe one more in Saudi. He might do one in the US, but it depends what we can squeeze out.
It could be another. It could be 2 year, couldn't it? But a 2 year ban, because there's 2 charges.
Well, Nigel ripped up his license and all this stuff.
He could soon come running back though, didn't he?
Came home, didn't he? He came home.
Thanks for having me here today, Julian. Thanks for speaking honestly. I thought we were having a few tech issues and all this. I thought we was come out. It's quicker to just come out and see you.
It's fine, mate. Not a problem. You're welcome here anytime.
All right. Well, listen. Thanks for cups of coffee. I've never drank so many cups. Is that all you do all day? Drink coffee?
Tea and coffee all day.
Coffee all
I don't drink. I don't smoke. Caffeine's my drug, mate.
Well, next time we come, we'll do a bit of a thing on bag, and you can show me certain punches and why certain fighters fight.
Anything you want.
So I'm a bit pushed for time today, but we'll do that next time.
Any techniques you want to break down. Anybody wants to ask any questions. I'm not one of these coaches who will talk about it and not demonstrate. I'll demonstrate anything at all.
Well, obviously I've had some questions about fighting in the pocket and why fighters do it.
Fighting in the pocket, fighting at 3 ranges, 3 types of fights, fighting distances, all those type of things. I can cover that. I think fighting inside's a lost art that we don't do so well. And if anybody wants to see the 3 ranges of boxing, watch Donald Curry against Terry Norris. Curry's a little bit shocked by that point, but it's just a brilliant example of fighting at 3 ranges.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen. Have a great weekend. What's left of it. I hope you enjoy the skyboxing tonight. Johnny Bosch Fisher's on.
Oh, is he on?
I know his dad's on with his little army. Bosch.
Well, look. Like I say, I don't watch DAZN. I watch Sky, and if I get one decent fight, I'll be happy, man.
All right. Well, listen, you take care, mate.
Cheers,
Peace
buddy.
out. Bye bye.
Nice one.
Well, I enjoyed that. Nice to see Julian. I drank some coffee. A big coffee drinker. Nice to see Julian and get some good boxing content. We'll get that out this week. There's no rush now. All videos have gone out for March. We're just on, we do it members ones now, so this is just extra, but I'll take my time with this one. So okie dokie, everybody have a great weekend. Peace out. Keep on trucking, keep sporting boxing. Don't have nightmares. Big shout out to Spartan Demolition. Welcome Estates. Bye before the boom. Booyaka. Porky's Corner is proud to be sponsored by Spartan Site Solutions. They are specialists in civil engineering and demolition contracts for the construction industry. Interested parties should visit their website or contact Porky's Corner for a referral at porkycorner@mail.com.